The hour has come for the College of New Jersey commencement ceremony to begin. As the College of New Jersey Wind Ensemble fills Lion Stadium with music celebrating our graduates, including the familiar strains of Pomp and Circumstance, I ask that you combine the joy and fulfillment of the occasion with your attention, respect, and the dignity befitting commencement here at the college.
Good morning and welcome. I am Nicolette Simo, student trustee on the Board of Trustees at the College of New Jersey. I hereby call to order the 2021 commencement ceremony for the School of Arts and Communication. It is an astounding honor and pleasure to welcome you and all of those watching via our live webcast to these exercises, which celebrate our newest graduates as they join the ranks of our distinguished alumni. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I offer the graduates heartfelt congratulations on their exceptional achievements and their extraordinary promise. At this time, I present to you Dr. Catherine Foster, the 16th President of the College of New Jersey.
Thank you, Trustee Simone. It is an honor to add my welcome to this joyous occasion, the 2021 commencement exercises for the College of New Jersey. Let me begin by introducing honored participants who will not otherwise be introduced during the ceremony. I ask each group to stand upon introduction and remain standing until we have recognized the group. First, it is my great pleasure to recognize members of the College of New Jersey Board of Trustees, the President's Cabinet, and members of three important advisory boards of the college, the TCNJ Foundation, the TCNJ Alumni Association, and the Trenton State College Corporation. Thank you for being exceptional partners to this college and for your attendance today. Please join me in applauding their contributions. Please be seated. I now ask members of the TCNJ School of the Arts and Communication faculty to rise if able. Graduation does not, cannot happen without these indispensable members of our community. As dedicated, talented, creative, and award-winning teachers, advisors, mentors, and scholars, you have given immensely to prepare our graduates for this day, to ready them for their next chapter, and to generate their fond memories of TCNJ. Please, students especially, join me in extending our deepest thanks and appreciation to your faculty. Please be seated. With the members of our talented and dedicated TCNJ staff, many of whom are at this moment working the event, please rise if you are able. You have nurtured our graduates from before they enrolled as students and throughout their time on campus. Your care is further reflected today. Plants and chairs neatly placed, audio loud and clear, live streaming underway, programs published, diplomas readied, no detail left untended. Graduates and guests, please join me in extending our fondest thanks and gratitude to our dedicated TCNJ staff. Please be seated. Commencement is a proud moment in the life of a college and a very proud milestone in the lives of our degree candidates. Class of 2021, this celebration in your honor and the degree you will receive signal a significant and meaningful milestone. From this day forward, no matter where life takes you, you will be a graduate of the College of New Jersey, one of the nation's finest institutions of higher education. Class of 2021, whatever your next chapter, in graduate school, place of employment, or civic service, bring to it your strongest and surest lion's roar. The world needs that. It needs you, now more than ever. On behalf of a proud and grateful college, congratulations and go get 'em, class of 2021. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce your Dean, Dr. Maurice Hall, Dean of the School of the Arts and Communication, to address the class.
Thank you, President Foster. Good morning. Which road? Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. You know this. You know this poem. You've heard it before. It's often referred to as the road less traveled. It ends, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere in the ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And often we hear this and we think we have an interpretation of what it means. And I'd like to suggest to you, graduates, a different way of looking at this well-known piece. I want to say a good morning and a welcome and thank you, President Foster, Provost Osborne, faculty, special guests, students, thank you for being here this morning. When we think about the idea of the road less traveled, we think of the idea of people pursuing their individual path, their authenticity, their dream. But the title of the poem is The Road Not Taken, which means that in choosing one path, as the speaker in the poem tells us with a sigh, he chose not to go down another. And he doesn't tell us what it means for him to leave one road behind. He doesn't tell us what it means for him to choose one versus the other. But what it does tell us is that in everything that we choose to do in our lives, we face a choice and we face trade-offs. If we choose originality, if we choose individuality, if we choose innovation, if we choose experimentation and excitement, it comes at a cost. What is the cost that you're willing to bear for that? Which road will you choose? Will you choose the safe road that takes you along the path of distracted entertainment and exclusive interaction only with the friends and the people that you know? Or will you choose another road that has you engage in difficult issues, difficult things, that is hard, that may test you, that may demand a lot from you, but that may be infinitely more rewarding? Which road? Well, young man graduated from a college, got graduate degrees and went on to work with one of the most celebrated firms in the world, Google. Rose up through the ranks to a position of director. But when he got to that exalted position, what he decided to do was not take the safe path. He decided that he was going to use his work with the technology of Google to work on affordable housing for the city of Detroit. That young man was a graduate of Art and Art History, Department of Graphic Design. He sat where you sit. His name, Tom Gebauer, graduated in '07. Another story, graduate, earned his degree in interactive multimedia. IMM graduates, this is for you. Went on to earn a master's degree in animation from the Savannah College of Art and Design, and then launched a career as an artist, is now game director at his firm, and developed a game dedicated to forging stories and gameplay for transformative entertainment. Which road will you choose? Young woman graduates from Department of the College of New Jersey, goes on to do further studies, but decides to return to alma mater. And in returning to alma mater, decides not only to be a professor of music in the department, but also to dedicate her life as an educator, not to the safety of just teaching music education, but to the incredible path of insisting that social justice be an integral part of what she teaches and of how she works with students. And music students, you know her as the chair of your department, Dr. Colleen Sayers. Which road will you choose? We have a choice because we have made you storytellers, because you will frame the reality of what we will see going forward. You will shape the meaning of the world that we see. So you have a choice to help interpret what we see and how we understand the road around us. Which road? What stories, graduates, will you choose to tell? Whose stories will you choose to tell? Will you choose stories that reinforce the oblivion of privilege? Or will you choose stories that have us meaningfully engage in the world around us? Which road? As we stand here today, President Foster, we're in a world where people are suffering. There's heartache in the Middle East. There's horror on the streets of our nation. We're happy here, and we should celebrate our joy and our happiness. But it's in the context of a world that needs our help, that needs you, TCNJ Lions, to go out there and make a difference in the world. But it comes at a cost. Which road? I want to end with a quote that, of all places, is on the website of MIT. It's in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. And you would not think you would find a quote like this on their page, but here's what it says. The world's problems are never tidily confined to the lab, workbench, or spreadsheet. From climate change to poverty to disease, the challenges of our age are unwaveringly human in nature and in scale. And engineering and science issues are always embedded in broader human realities, from deeply felt cultural traditions to building codes to political tensions. So students who are sitting before me this morning, you have been prepared with an in-depth understanding of human complexity. You have been prepared with the ability to decipher and to narrate and to interpret the political, cultural, and economic realities that shape our world and shape our existence. And you have fluency in the forms of thinking that will shape how we understand our world, even as you have been shaped by your training in the liberal arts and the humanities. So as you sit before me this morning, as you hear my words, I want to ask you to reflect again. It comes with a choice. Choosing one is not the other. It's a trade-off. It comes with a price. But the price of engagement is worth it. And so I ask you, which road will you choose? Thank you. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Eric Laprade, Assistant Professor of Music, who was selected by the senior class to bring greetings to our graduates on behalf of the faculty.
Thank you, Dean Hall, and good morning. Welcome, President Foster, Provost Osborne, honorary guests, board members, faculty, staff, families, friends, and of course, our graduating class of 2021. Before I begin, I wanted to say it's wonderful to not have to unmute myself this morning before speaking. I am honored and humbled by the invitation from the senior class to share some brief remarks this morning. Today is a day of celebration. You've reached a significant milestone in your life, and you've done so under extremely challenging circumstances. From an ongoing global health pandemic, racial, social, economic inequities, political upheaval, climate change, and war, our society needs you, artists, writers, creators, performers, teachers, and storytellers, now more than ever. As a faculty member, I want to just acknowledge how grateful I feel to have been able to navigate the last 14 months with all of you. Angela Blanchard, in writing about how societies respond to disasters and trauma, states, "The human spirit is not extinguishable." It's been inspiring to witness your tenacity, your innovation, your creativity, and your empathy over the last year. You exude what it means to be a TCNJ Lion. At the end of today's ceremony, you'll hear a performance of TCNJ's alma mater. You might recall that this was one of the first songs you heard when you arrived on campus during your first year convocation ceremony. You hear it at the end of football games, basketball games, community fest, homecoming, and it'll be one of the last things you hear today. Our alma mater, or school song, provides us with an opportunity to reflect upon and remind ourselves of what it means to be a TCNJ Lion. I want to draw your attention just to two small fragments of the lyrics you'll hear some of our talented vocalists sing later in the ceremony. First, "Thy brave spirit never grows old." Your work has the potential to change the world. That is not hyperbole. What you do and how you do it matters and will have an impact on others. While there be bound to be some adversity along the way, let the relevance and impact of your work inspire you. Now's the time. The second fragment, "Brighter as the years unfold." Remain curious, remain hungry, keep growing and developing. The best teachers I've ever studied with were also the most curious students. One of the world's greatest cellists, Pablo Casals, was asked near the end of his life, after he had achieved so much and had so much success, why he kept practicing his cello every day. And his response was simple: "I think I'm making progress." Earlier this spring, I attended a Zoom session focused on equity and access in the arts. One of the panelists, Ashley Gordon, asked the audience, "What do you care about, and what are you doing about it?" So in the 18 seconds I have left this morning, I challenge you to compose, to write, to create, and live your own personal alma mater. Take time to reflect. What are your values? What's most important to you? What do you love? What does your community need? And then, what are you doing to not only live your personal alma mater, but what are you doing to realize it vividly and pursue it with an unrelenting passion, energy, and urgency? Students, on behalf of the faculty, congratulations, and we can't wait to see the amazing things that you do. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce President of the senior class, Kenu Obevery.
Distinguished faculty, administrators, family, and class of 2021, welcome. The day has come where our class has proven that obstacles are not barriers, that aspiring, determined, and resilient students can earn their degree in the midst of such unprecedented times. And while I can address our class describing these adverse times to you, you already know it. You lived it. You felt it. I'd much rather focus on you, the students who have conquered it. Every single graduate before me today embodies their own profound purpose, and bestowed upon you is the responsibility to determine what that purpose is. What I see before me today are not just a group of graduates. I see stories, gratifying stories that are composed of the unique journey you took to be sitting in these seats today. And while I cannot consolidate all of your stories and share them in my address, I can share with you my own. I transferred to TCNJ fall of 2019 after earning my associate's degree in biology. The one phrase I would use to describe myself at the time was blindly ambitious. When I arrived on campus, I auditioned and interviewed for every performing arts program, leadership position, you name it, I was rejected by it. Discouragement began to settle in, and it was like a heaviness that I could not mask, but only defeat with the tenacious drive to be something. I ran for my first student government election and was elected as a senator for the School of Science I ran for my first student government election and was elected as a senator for the School of Science. And it was in that moment I realized I can be whoever I wanted to be at TCNJ and set a goal to become senior class president. In my first semester at TCNJ, I faced tremendous challenges that at first hindered my success. So as spring 2020 approached, I had two options. Option one was to quit, to believe that my struggles deemed me incapable. Option two was to be vulnerable, be fearless, be certain that my current struggles were not indicative of my future reality. I became proud of my failures because I'm far from defined by them, nor am I limited in my ability to defy them. Remember this small phrase, failure fortifies. So I persevered with very little chance of graduating with this class, let alone leading it, allowing the minute beacon of hope that I had supersede the doubt that I felt. Now I stand before you today as a testament to what believing in yourself can truly do. Now when you leave here today, you will be met with various paths to take. I urge you to embark on the path that leads to your version of success, which may be uncomfortable. Embrace the discomfort. When you envision your future and what you want to be successful in, don't look at it as if, but rather when. Be fascinated that you are presented with the opportunity to do anything you want with your life and anything with your future. And now, as you navigate your lives in such uncertain, unprecedented, unpredictable times, I invite you to dream. Dream about where you intend to be in the future, and from this moment going forward, be relentless in the pursuit of that goal. You never know where dreaming can take you. Although commencement may seem like the end of an era for you, commencement is not the end, yet only the beginning. Create a legacy that you will be proud of. Congratulations, class of 2021, we did it. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Senior Class Treasurer, Anudeep Devi, and Vice President of Public Relations, Jill Najia.
President Foster, will you please join us at the lectern? TCNJ has given us so much during our time here. The lessons we have learned and the skills we have gained will serve us well as we continue our academic pursuits, begin our professional careers, or embark on any of the journeys life may have in store for us. On behalf of the class of 2021, I'm proud to announce that as a symbol of our lasting impact on the College of New Jersey, we have raised the funds to gift a swinging bench to be located on Quimby's Prairie. A plaque with the mantra, "What is your legacy?" will be installed to encourage future classes of students to consider their impact and how they will give back to our alma mater. Thank you to all members of the class of 2021 for making this contribution possible.
Thank you, Anu, and thank you, Jill, as well, and thank you to all of the senior class. That is a swinging bench is not only a generous gift and a beautiful gift, it's a functional gift, because people will, not only current students and future students, they will use that bench. So I want to appreciate that. And I would also say that the mantra, "What is your legacy?" is beautiful for a bench because it's a tangible reminder of mutual affection for the college. Thank you so much to the class of 2021.
Ian Ruderman, President-elect of the Alumni Association, will you please join us at the lectern? On behalf of the class of 2021, we happily present our class flag to the Alumni Association. This flag, which we received at convocation just 4 years ago, is not only representative of our first moment together as a class, but a symbol of the growth, both personally and academically, that we have made since. Our experiences throughout these last 4 years at the college have prepared us for this day, and this flag now represents the incredible legacy that we leave behind. With this banner, the class of 2021 will remain united in spirit and gather in reunion under its proud heading for years to come.
Thank you, Anudeep and Jill. On behalf of the Alumni Association and the 90,000 alumni I represent, I want to congratulate the class of 2021 and officially welcome you to membership in the College of New Jersey Alumni Association. Throughout your careers, you will encounter fellow alumni everywhere you turn. In fact, there are many among us here today. If you are an alum of the Trenton State Teachers College, Trenton State College, or the College of New Jersey, would you please stand if able, or wave your hands to receive our recognition. Welcome back to campus. We are thrilled to have you join in today's celebration. Please be seated. As you move forward, work hard to be active members of the alumni community, and do not forget to support your alma mater in any way that you can. Our alma mater only strengthens by the continued engagement of our alumni community. Congratulations again to all of you, and I look forward to hearing about all of your future successes. Until then, we'll hold this class banner and look forward to future reunions when you can gather underneath it once again. Thank you.
At this time, I am pleased to introduce a special presentation for the School of the Arts and Communications 2021 graduating class. The music for this presentation is The Road Home by Stephen Paulus, sung by the TCNJ Chorale, conducted by Associate Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities John Leonard, and accompanied by the TCNJ Wind Ensemble, conducted by Eric Laprade, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of Bands, and featuring soloist Casey Ackerman, class of 2021.
Tell me where
In a moment, we will confer degrees, after which graduates will hear their name called and will walk across the stage. Many are wearing cords or stoles to signal academic, leadership, and organizational honors and affiliation. Listed in the program are the names of graduates earning Latin honors, that is, academic distinction marked by overall GPAs of 3.6 or higher on a 4.0 scale. We reserve this particular distinction for public recognition within the commencement ceremony. Will all graduates who have earned an overall GPA of 3.6 or higher please rise if you are able or wave your hands. Please join me in applauding these graduates. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to ask Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs Jeffrey Osborne and Dean Maurice Hall to come forward to present the candidates for degrees.
Thank you, President Foster. The conferral of your degree marks the culmination of your hard work and academic persistence. The movement of the undergraduate candidates' tassels from the right to the left is a symbolic gesture of the conferral of this degree. Dean Hall will now present the undergraduate candidates, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the President will then officially confer the degrees.
Thank you, Provost Osborne. Will the faculty from the School of Arts and Communication please rise to join me in celebrating our graduates? Will the candidates from the School of Arts and Communication for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Music degrees please stand if you are able? Provost Osborne, President Foster, the candidates from the School of Arts and Communication whose names appear on the printed program and who have successfully met the requirements for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Music degrees are hereby certified by the faculty for the receipt of their degrees.
This is it. Candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Music degrees. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the College of New Jersey, and in recognition of your attainments in completing the requirements, I confer upon each of you the degree you have earned and admit you to all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and obligations pertaining thereto. You may move your tassels from the right to the left as a symbol of your accomplishment. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
Before we begin the roll call, I have the following instructions for our graduates. Once I ask you to rise, you will follow the directions of the field marshal. When you hear your name called, please walk across stage and pick up your diploma cover from the center table. The photographer will take your photo at the designated spot at the end of the ramp, and we then ask that you return to your seats. Mr. John Anastasio, member of the TCNJ Alumni Association Board of Directors, and a member of the class of 1969, will serve as our name reader.
Matthew Schloman. Melissa Schaefer. Emma Shell. Miranda Inglaze. Adina Weiss. Elena Stampy. Joseph Rippert. Brian Cook. Christopher Kanklin. Joseph Rio. James McCula. Nicholas Wanagasset. Nazir Foster. James Fox. Casey Ackerman. Anthony Mendez. Xiomara Valentine. Shayna Cesaro. Tiffany Carey. Thomas Pennington. John Tobino. Dylan Jonas. Justine Raskovitz. Elise Fraser. Ryan Abramowitz. Frank Kovacs. Thomas Campbell. Ross Brody. Rebecca Raffin. Gina Louisi. Ileana Gargiulo. Jalen Gregory. Jamie Carducci. Paige Restano. Kylie Lamb. Emily Lamb. Gregory Vertilis. Zachary Bard. Mia Camerata. Nora Strittmatter. Amanda Carroll. Alyssa DePhillips. Gina Bianco. Erica Gavzi. Megan Feely. Megan Scarborough. Victoria Oshel. Alyssa Schoenfeld. Olivia Ignatovich. Annika Marthinus. Patrick O'Callahan. Walter Beasy. Ashish Paul. Jake Lutzy. Donna Jung. Marisa Grasso. Gregory Patton. Carson Talty. Anastasia Green. Jamie Davidson. Wesley Pena. Jordan Ramesh. Benjamin Spizuko. Braden Kirk. Aiden Hyatt. Cecilia George. Alyssa Chisuli. Lucia Gardner. Shelley Cruz. Ryan Levy. Stephanie Rosenthal. Kristen Albiser. Samantha Carney. Lily Gilston. Jalen Giles Ewell. Sarah Valenti. Holly Luttrell. Matthew Lago. Russell Tran. Tanatswa Gawe. Justice Victoriano. Courtney Lee. Alexander Amaki. Zane Nadris Thompson Bradley. Georgia Myers. Carrie Astorino. Alexis Pratt. Evan Bianco. Julie Catherine Antonello. Daniel Felix. Amanda Brewer. Miles Comiskey. Nina Navazio. Stacy Evans. Emma Falcon.
Please join me in another round of applause for our graduates. Before we conclude our commencement exercises for the class of 2021, there is one last thanks to give. Graduates, would you please rise if you are able? This is your achievement, but it very likely came with abundant support and encouragement. Will you please turn? Will all the family members, friends, and loved ones who have come today to celebrate with a graduate please stand if you are able? Graduates, give those standing here and watching online a much-deserved round of thanks and appreciation. I'm looking over because the next thing's the alma mater. I want to make sure you're ready. Okay, we're ready. Please remain standing for the singing of the alma mater, led by Casey Ackerman, Joseph Rippert, Matthew Schloman, and Elena Stampy, all members of the class of 2021, and accompanied by the TCNJ Wind Ensemble. The words to the alma mater, about which Eric Laprade said something earlier today, appear on the inside back cover of your program.
Alma mater, blue and gold, famous as in days of old.
You may be seated. Before we begin our recessional, I ask all graduates and guests to please help us prepare for our next ceremony by not leaving programs or water bottles at your seats. Graduates, please follow the instructions of our field marshals to recess from the stadium. Guests, please follow the instructions of our staff volunteers to exit the stadium as swiftly as possible using the gates to your right. I now close the 2021 commencement ceremony of the College of New Jersey by asking graduates to prepare to throw their caps as we give you one last rousing round of applause to the graduates. Throw them if you want. Thank you. All right, don't throw them.